Alright. Oh, I should probably also just go straight up. Alright. Welcome to another episode of Office Hours with the DMV French Pred server, I guess. This is Fed's idea, where we just like come together and like discuss things, or just like yap about things in the game. So I'm Onyx Dude. You'll probably see my name around. I'm gonna yap about option selects in Uni and like the whole metagame around it. So for this video, I have to like define some terms, because if I just say option selects, it's kind of like a broad topic. Like if you play the game, you would assume strictly like defensive option selects, like throw option selects, but this game has some pretty potent like offensive option selects that are worth talking about. But like we gotta define terms. So like an option select is a input or a series of inputs that will give you different results, either based on whether or not you're actually hitting the opponent or not, or whether or not the opponent is putting you in block stun or hit stun or not. So a good example would be like a safe jump. If I set Oye to VO. Veil off is a universal option. I did not pick it. So I could do something like this, right? And we sort of do like 2A. Alright, so this hits meaty. But if she veil offs, you block it. So this is an option select. You're not doing like a deep series of inputs. But you get different results. If Oye is hit or blocked, your JC will make contact with him, and you either get a combo or you get pressure. If they VO, then you'll recover after landing from JC and you'll block. It's really good. But that's just an example of option select. Just like more defensive option selects, which is like that's like the bread and butter of like Uni offense and defense. Like when you get to a certain point, you can start performing option selects to negate some aspects of your opponent's pressure, and it forces them to have to deal with it. So what I mean by this, like why do we need option select? Yeah, whatever way I do this. So in Uni, a lot of your pressure is going to come from your staggering windows. Like, there's not a lot of moves that are like inherently plus. So you can.
Exactly, you can just do 5-8 by seed. We'll do like a stagger. 5-8, 5-8, 5-6.
Yeah.
That's the frame trap.
So yeah, so it's like it's mostly either the staggering, frame trapping, and you're earning respect not from like frame advantage. You're gaining respect from the implication that if I block this attack, I don't know if you're gonna continue to do something like this, which is a frame trap, or if you're gonna do something like, oh, you're gonna do something like this, right? And if you're just sitting there like guessing all the time, right? Oh, that was bad. Let me try mashing. Right, so I'm gonna get hit. Right, so I'm trying to like mash on purpose to like get hit. She's doing it too slow. I mean, this is yeah, there we go. So here I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna get hit. I like this. So I'm just like constantly like, oh, she's in throw range. I don't want to get thrown. I'm trying to guess, right? It gets really annoying. So we can introduce option selects to force the opponent to vary their offense. So in this situation, we could just like block and then input like a late option select. try to like tech this throw. Or like, if they think we're gonna like stand tech, then, or you could just do this to crush us. Right, so if I try to tech a throw from down back, I'm gonna get hit. But if you do something like 3 CAD, you'll hit the opponent. So, let's try it back up a little bit. So like, for defensive option selects in this game, you can basically combine any input you want with AD, either as part of the input itself or like at the end, like you can like blink it, and you'll get throw tech. So the option select ideally is supposed to beat. It's supposed to beat throw, and it needs to cover at least one other option other than that. So, in the context of being in the corner versus Oye, and she's assaulting at us. Like, she's assaulting and throwing us. Alright, so here you kind of feel like you have to, like, guess. Like, alright, I got a 1AD. I want a 1AD, but, like, I'm gonna get baited by assault eventually. By assault eventually. Yeah. I'm gonna get hit.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Fucking bot. Making it look dumb. But, like, if we just use 3C AD, we use this option select because hides 3C as an anti-air. It has head and vuln property. So we can just use this move to beat both options.
Only because of the nature of it being anti-air, I'm trying to hit, you can get the world.
Yeah. So here you can see I'm teching the throw. I'm gonna get a combo. I'm bad at doing high combos. So when you're like OSing or like doing things like that, you need to have like a understanding behind it. So I am gonna talk about like other option selects and things to consider when you're defending and like what beats what. But I need to close my door real quick. Okay, that was too bad. So, we already talked about 3CAD. This isn't like a strictly universal one, because not every character has like an anti-air on their 3C. Some characters like Walled and Ford, you have 2C. And you can do like a 2C ADOS. You can either like press the input at the same time or just like blink it. I want to do it from down back because we try to do it from down back in this particular instance. You can see I'm getting a throw. So you can't press 1 CAD and get throw and like try to like anti-air someone. You have to like blink it if you want to do it from down back, but just to show you, this can in fact. Yeah, you can do all of this to the opponent because they try to assault at you and you OS them. You can tech throw here. If you're a character like Carmine or Oye, you don't have a 2C or a 3C anti-air, you have a 3B anti-air, in which case your OS would be 3B AD, whether you plank it or not. Yeah, 3 bad. Works the same. Important to note for these two characters is that their anti-airs are also very, very fast. Carmine's is 8 frames, and I think Ori's is 7. Something like that.
It's 7.
Yeah, so pretty quick. They're like pretty good at like straight up beating like these kind of like jump-ins because of the angle. But very fast, so another thing I forgot to mention about things like 3CAD is that if your opponent is trying to bait your OS and they, like, let's say they do something like this, right? They kind of just wait in your face and wait for you to do something. Oops. Right, you can start pressure. Right, so you kind of like steal your turn back a little bit. It's not like amazing because you're still stuck in a corner, right? But like, depending on the character you're playing, you can just like be plus in the face and make do shit like this. It's really annoying. Some characters have their anti-OS on like a force function button. like Enkidu. Like Enkidu does have 4C. You could 4C AD. I don't see any Enkidus doing this. Most of the time they're probably just gonna react to your assault with FF, but if they want to like option select it, right, they have to do stuff like this. And much like 3C AD and every other option select, or every other anti-option select, if it connects to the opponent, even on block, right, you can cancel it. Yeah, meter, you can like still turn back. But that's due to the nature of it being a force function move and not a normal, right? Because if you block like this, well, maybe not this, because this is also like special cancel only effectively. But yeah, you like as long as you have like you can make contact with the opponent, you can make a save. Because I think this is safe. Yeah, it's mine too. So. Something else to know about FF option selects is that if you input it too quickly, you could get like that. So you gotta like, I think the minimum frame difference is like 3. I think you need at least a 3-frame gap between doing this to not get VO. If you do it too fast, then you'll get VO. If I can do it on purpose. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. But yeah, anti-air option selects are designed to beat. They're designed to be assaults and throws. So you can kind of look at it like this is the reward, right? On a hit, you're probably gonna counter hit the opponent because they jumped at you. You get a combo. If they block it, you can start pressure. You can try to finesse the situation where like. If you block it, if they block like your 3C or whatever, you could try to either go into like a frame trap if your opponent's like impatient, or you could try to like go into plus frames and like slowly fight your way out of the corner. But obviously, every option select tends to have a weakness. You can probably guess the main weakness of 3C AD, which is that someone can bait it by just like making a whiff. So if I do this, no, hide's too goddamn big.
Yeah, that move is really big. You'd have to backdash it if you can.
What the fuck can I use as an example? I can use. I think I can use that one. I'm assuming hers isn't gonna hit. God damn it! All right, let me pick a different character.
I think they fixed that in a recent patch because you used to be able to get it to whiff.
Fixed? Yeah, fixed is what you want to call that. Okay. Okay.
Killing your families.
That's crazy. Anyway,
Well,
I'm gonna do some
to
high.
make it whiff.
Do some high. There we go. Because this should. Right? This is like, if you do this. Oh, god. I'm trying to do it. Okay, let me do it.
Yeah, see, it's fixed.
Yeah, fixed. I keep saying that. There we go. I'm getting counter hit. I'm getting whiff punched. God damn it. Shit's ass. It's fucking ass.
So, first time to interrupt, but instead of playing around it, how would you know if your opponent is like trying to go for a 3-card 3-bet?
So you can scout information. Like, knowing is not like unless you play the opponent a lot or you just have a lot of experience. Just straight up knowing is like kind of a big ass. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I guess but how would you scout for something like your opponent's OS 10?
You can use a couple different things. What I like to do personally is that you can do like a string like this and then like end it like right here. And you do it here because you can still throw them, right? But they can't throw you. So like, if I said how to do a reversal throw, right? Right? He's not gonna throw me. Because what usually happens is that you do stuff like this, right? You're like, oh, I'm gonna wait. Actually, let me see. Can I set him to delay it? Delay by like 10 frames, right? So you do stuff like this, right? And then that happens to you, right? You're like, oh, let me dash your face and like not throw you. Delay even more. Right? So you can show like this happen to you. Where you're like, oh, I want to run in your face and throw range and see what you do. But sometimes shit like this happens to you. If you do this, right, you can still react to what they're doing. Right, or you can say, can I hit him? But you still maintain a threat of throw. You can card on here. Oh, oops. Right. So you can do stuff like that. You can kind of like wait in this like general range to see what they do. I mean, if they know about this, they could just wait for you to run up and you can kind of take a gamble there. Like getting thrown back in the corner sucks, but if they do just like if they do this to you, that's kind of whatever. They just kind of throw you back to neutral. That's kind of whatever. You could just like assault at them to coax them into doing it, or like see if they'll like let it rip. It is a risk, but the way I see it is that if you do that kind of stuff on like the first couple of interactions, like say like the first pressure sequence you do, you decide to like delay assault in someone's face. Like say I do like this. Oh god, he's still doing it. So let's say I do this, right? Right? Say I do something like this. And he decides to let 3-cat rip. So I can tell myself like, okay, so in a situation where they realize they're not getting it meatied, or they're not in block stun, their answer to that situation is the 3-cat. Like it's still a risk, right? Because like if I get 3-catted here, especially on a character like Hyde, I'm gonna explode and take like a gajillion damage. It's gonna be cringe and dumb. And like if I jump over like a button, I could counter hit him. Throw is never in counter hit state for some reason. So like if I like do this, right? I can't counter hit him. I can punch him. Oh, that's not how you do that combo. Anyways, you like the risk reward's like not really in your favor, but it's good for information. Like after a while, you probably wouldn't like check to see if they're still doing it. You probably wouldn't assault purely for the sake of like trying to crush an OS. You probably assault for a different reason. But just knowing that someone is doing it is kind of important. Like if you want to be like 100% sure, you can do stuff like that. But perhaps a different philosophy is that you're less caring about like whether or not someone is 3-catting, and you care a little bit more about like are they responding to a throw situation. So like here, obviously, right, this is a throw situation we talked about. So if I put him like in, dude, if I like do this to someone, right, this is still, you can still get thrown here, right? If I just like, right, you can get thrown here. But like you don't really need to know. Oops, you don't really need to like know if someone's gonna 3-cat here. If you do this frame trap and someone gets hit, instead of thinking like, oh, he's 3-catting, you could just say, oh, he's expecting a throw, so he's like trying to attack it. Big idea to get is that you cannot block and tech throws at the same time. That was the meta in like, oh, this is EL, I guess. It's like EL, ST, and clear, where like 1 AD would give you shield. But you can't do that. If you try to 1 AD, even now, you're gonna get throw. So even if they
you get Black Illuminated.
Yeah, so even like, so like even now, like if they do 1 AD here, oops, right, they get hit. So it doesn't matter if they're like 3-catting here, because like as far as you're concerned, someone matching 2A here is the same thing as someone matching 3C, or like 3-cat or whatever.
So what you're saying is we need to bring back 1 AD.
It's not what I'm saying, but go off.
I don't think you want them to bring that back.
Yeah. Something about something. But yeah, that like for scouting objects, that's like something you can do. You just set up a situation where they could be potentially thrown, and you check them with like a frame trap. If they're not getting hit, or they're not like doing something weird like standing up and block stun, then you can probably safely leverage a throw. If they're still teching your throw, then there's a good chance they're just delaying their object select. Delaying the object select means that you need to put a bigger gap in your pressure. So something like this probably won't catch them, but something like this would definitely catch them. Problem is that if you do something like this, you get opened up by a regular immediate mash.
Yep, and this game certainly has the greatest mashers known to man.
True.
So, gotta be careful.
This is the mashing game. Twitter told me so.
You can mash S1 plus.
Sure. You can do whatever you want in this game. It doesn't matter. There's no rules. There's no one that's gonna stop you. Yeah, like this is like generally how I approach these kinds of situations. This is like for calling out OSs or like mashing or whatever. You can put someone in situations where they want to OS. So like, if you're doing like, I don't know, right? You could just mash on this. Like, you could just mash on this, right? It would be effectively the same as like smacking like 3CAD. And I'm just like doing this because mashing would beat this anyway. Your 2A mash will probably lose to this. Well, maybe not. Depends on who you're playing. Most 2As will actually recover time to like block this if they mash after this. But like a situation where someone might want to option select might be like if the opponent is like either plus or there's like some weird scramble, then they might feel the need to like OS. So like here, you might want to OS this, right? Situations like this, situations like that, like double assault stuff. You can like OS on wake up if like someone's like doing this to you, stuff like that. I mean, like there's like a bajillion reasons why. So you can like try to like put them in different like annoying situations. Like this is dumb. Like you just like doing this to people all day. Oops. That's the plus. Right? That's annoying. Oops. That's annoying. I don't know. You can do whatever bullshit you want to do, right? There's a lot of things that can happen here. And you don't want to get got by like this all the time. Yeah, that's still so close. God damn.
They're just cringe, what can I tell you?
Yeah, but like I think if you like watch people play and like if you watch people just like play the game and like you see them just like randomly like do this in situations, you have to look at, you have to analyze the situation and think like what are they doing before this happened and what was the opponent doing? Like what was the opponent trying to do? And if, like you can kind of narrow it down to like, oh, they were like in a weird scramble, or like they were in a weird situation where like the opponent was like trying to like RPS them a little bit, so they decided to like perform options like because they didn't know if they were gonna like throw or like do some kind of like delay button or like whatever, or like delay assault or whatever. So they just decided to like strip. But the better you get, the deeper the reasoning might be. But like once you break into like high level uni play, you'll find a lot of like consistent areas where people like try to OS you. You can like start explaining it. I ended up talking about like.
As soon as I like get scared of somebody's pressure, they just run up on me. I smash them. Yeah, I can't lie.
Yeah, like but that's the normal default response that like 99% of uni players have, and like if you know that, you can definitely take advantage of that. I've been playing for long enough to know that like that is what you're supposed to take advantage of because that's what people do in this game. Like if you're like,
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely do not use the 3CAD OS. I barely use it actually.
That's fair. I mean, like it's good, but like it's not everything. There's so much more you can do on defense.
Not to say it's not as great. Her 3C is pretty small, isn't it? Like horizontal.
Nah, her 3C is actually like really big. I just don't be using it. You know what I'm saying?
It's really her 3C is pretty good for exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So you were saying
Akatsuki can't do it at all.
What are you saying, Fred?
No. I was about to. What I was about to say was so basically, you would say, it would be fair to say that these days there isn't really like a one be all end all OS we can use in pretty much any situation. It just depends on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, like there's like common situations people put you in, but like you have to just like really look at like what's being presented at you and like picking the option. It sounds like really vague, but like that's just kind of how it is. Like if someone like, okay, let me see, let's say like this.
I was gonna say option selects in their very nature are pretty vague. It's either one thing or the other thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't account for everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, classic example is you're fighting a character like Gord, right? Gord does have normal throws, which are great. But he also has this. He also has Sim. You can't tech this. Right? So good Gordo players will make you like... Gordo players will abuse this in conjunction with this. So there is technically an option select that covers both. Let me see. Alright, so you need like 2 AD Gord. And this works because if he throws you, you tech the throw. If he tries to throw you late, your 2A will probably clip him trying to do the input and he'll get hit. Or he'll get hit out of throw. If he tries to command grab you, Assimilation is a 12 frame command grab, I want to say. So you have like 12 frames to hit him out of it. And if you do like, if he does it like early or late, you're probably gonna hit him out of it. And if he assaults, this is gonna be kind of awkward to show on Mercs, which is hard. Because Merc's one of those characters where he kind of gets owned for doing this. But if he does something like this instead, oops. Right, you can still block the assault. If you can like get the input to come out.
I was gonna say, wouldn't like 9JA also kind of work there, but I don't know how that would
Yeah, you can do
be
9JA.
against assault.
9JA would probably be like better on a character like Gord because he's pretty tall, so it would be easier to confirm
Gotcha.
off it. It'll also be a sim as well. I don't know how to do this myself, but something like that. Something. And then if he tries to assault you, something like that, right? I was doing 9JA, but you can do 9JA AD as well to cover it. But like, this is just to show you that like 3-catting here wouldn't be very efficient because you have to worry about command grab versus Gord. This doesn't particularly apply to Wald because Wald is basically never gonna normal throw you in offense. And for characters like Mika and Tsurugi, if you're not doing anything, their command grabs will always be techable. So this option select is like 2AD in my opinion is like it's only really useful against a character like Gord. I can't really think of like unless you have like a read on like my opponent wants to do like a deep dash in because they like, oh, I feel like I earned the respect to do this, so I'm just gonna do it. You can do 2AD to like call them out on it if they're not blocking. You can like beat the run up attempt on the throw, but you have to do the OS pretty early. So it's kind of a mixed bag of OS, but like it's not like a bad one. Some characters have stuff like Except has like 2B AD, do stuff like that. Kind of like basically an extension of 2AD OS. It just hits further. The point is that you're trying to stop them from like running in at you, so you're sticking out like 2B to hit them. And for some reason, if you like are put in like if you're in a situation where like 2B won't come out, you can tech the throw. So I mean, like I said, you can like OS with just about whatever inputs that you feel like you can do. Like you can do like some really crazy stuff, like. Oops. Did I do that anymore? No, you can do stuff like this, I guess. Yeah, do stuff like that. Like, so you can do like ADPOS. Oh, you can't do that anymore. Maybe like if they block it, you have meter. You can like confirm. You confirm on hit on block and stuff like that. Obviously sucks on whiff because of the change. Let me think. Am I missing anything else about option selects? I feel like I'm missing something like very baseline that I'm like not mentioning.
Have you talked about like? Oh, I'm sorry. Continue, Jeremy.
Yeah, I was gonna say like some characters have force function option selects, and then there's
I did talk about
veil off
that.
one too, right?
Ah, veil off. Yeah, that's what I should talk about. Yeah. So yeah, you can VO OS, which the input is ABCD, or you can ABC point B or ABC point AB. I mean VO is what 15 frames, so it's kind of a slow like DP. But if someone's frame trapping you, you'll get this to come out. So if I pick like Nanase, and Nanase does like she does something like this, and then does this. Right, you can tech this. Oh, let me do this. Yeah, let's try that. Is this what I got? There we go. Okay, I had to hit it twice.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a yeah, bro.
Yeah, so you can see I'm just like hitting the macro whenever they're like throwing me, and then like I'm doing it too well. Like not getting it on block. I'm getting it too well. I guess that's the other thing I should talk about. Like when you do your option select, you should try to aim for the throw window. So in this game, you have a 12 frame window to tech a throw. So as long as you're inputting AD somewhere within that 12 frames, you'll tech the throw. So what that means is that when you're being thrown, if you time your OS as late as possible, if it's a throw that would come on time, like an on-time throw would look like this. This is on-time throw. So you'll probably tech this throw on like frame like 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. If you get late thrown, like this instead, you'll still tech the throw. You'll just tech it like middle-ish. And if they do like a slightly late throw, you'll still tech it. So like, but this is like all within like a 12 frame window. So, like when you like when you're doing it late, that's what you're aiming for. The other thing about it, as you saw, was that my VOOS got put in block stun, so it didn't come out in some situations. Right, so here it doesn't come out because I got put in 2A block stun. Here, I got thrown. Get thrown. Get thrown. Right, here it came out, right? So like, if you do it late enough, like, they won't hit you. Like, if I switch to a different OS, like if I do like 3CAD. Oops. Wait for that's something in block one. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh, well, there I got tagged. But like you can like get put in block stun if you're clean. You can just do like quick 3CID and then go back to down back, and you'll block the frame trap as well. So they have to do like very specific things to target that, which would be what she did, which is like run up, put you block stun into a frame trap after, or something that like Yuzu players are good at, especially like Carp, Cal, and Rook. They'll like run up and hit like a slow button that will also hit you off your OS. So Yuzu can do something like this, and this will hit you. So here I try to 3CAD, but like the feisty count hits me. Right, so look how much later I have to input this in to not get thrown, or to not get hit. Right, you see how much later I have to input it. I'm still getting hit because it's like it's so late. So you can use like run up buttons to kind of abuse this, so you can like abuse the timing that they're on, and you can further delay your OS. But delaying your OS further means that you might miss the initial 12 frame startup of 12 frame window of someone throwing you that you can get like thrown if they do it like on time. So that's like the quote unquote RPS or meta shrouding like option selects.
I got a question.
What's up, bro?
When did they change the window to input like a third attack in this game? I feel like it was smaller before.
From what I was told, it used to be 12 frames. I'm sorry, it used to be 14 frames in like I guess ST. I mean, I don't know. I've been playing since ST, and that's what it was in ST.
Wait, it was 14 in ST? What?
Yeah, it was 14 frames.
Yeah, that's
it was
crazy.
14 and clear, and then they said it's now 12.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was like 8 frames, but maybe I was wrong.
The only French bread game I can think of that has an 8 frame window is like maybe Melty Blood.
Okay.
So it sounds right. I don't know. Someone's probably gonna fact check me in the comments when I'm done making this video.
Okay, I got another question because I joined a bit later. Did you talk about like when Japanese players be doing like jump shield?
Oh, yeah. I guess I should talk about that. Yeah. So Breaker's talking about an option like when you down back and then you do like up back AD and then you go back to down back. So you get like up back shield. Up back shield kind of does a couple different things. One, it jumps, which I mean sounds obvious, but we'll circle back to that later. Two, it shields in the air. In this game, you can't block air-to-air normals unless you're shielding. So if someone jump assaults at you with a not jump assault, someone assaults at you and hits a button, you'll shield it. So like if Yuzu does, right, she does this. Right, you'll block in the air. But if I try like up back normally, I can't. Even on blocking, you see I'm blocking with my inputs. But because I'm not shielding, I get hit. But here I have to shield. And depending on the height, you can get a punch. Like here I counter her. She was mashing. Let me set her to like not mash after that. Maybe make her stand up too. Right, so here she's lost a turn. Because you recover. Oh man, how many more frames do you recover in the air if you air shield? I don't remember. You recover significantly quicker in the air if you air shield something. So it was like good enough for me to like come down with like falling JA to like check her. I guess I can check. Have her hit like 5C and see what happens. Yeah, so here she gets counter hit. So like, she can't anti-air me here. Well, maybe she could like 2FF, but I mean, that's besides the point. So yeah, all this, if you are in a situation where you're in a gapless string, you will not jump. You end up staying down back. And of course, if you get thrown, you'll also tech the throw. So yeah, this is a pretty like layered OS. Because jumping would beat them doing nothing. Well, it may not beat them doing nothing, but it will come out if they either do nothing or they put like too big of a gap. If they try to throw you like late, you can come down with a button and punch them. If they assault, you can air shield it and then you can either punch them or you can like hit a button, whatever. Take a turn back. If they try to frame trap you, depending on what they try to frame trap you with, and depending on the timing, they might not even hit you. From my understanding, the like main weakness of this OS is that if someone does like either a string of gapless lows or if they just like wait and answer you, this always gets smoked. The thing is though, not a lot of characters have like a good string of lows. Like Merc is like the only character because he has like 2A that hits twice before lows, 2B hits twice before lows, and he has 2C. So he has like 6, well not 6. He has 5 lows he can hit you with, and he can do it gaplessly. So if you try to input this while you're like blocking Merc, when you do up like this, you'll be in block stun, but you'll be standing and not blocking low, so you'll end up getting tagged. Actually, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna input the OS here, see what happens. Yeah, so here I input it while blocking, and I get hit. Yeah, I'm gonna hit because it's like gapless lows. Obviously they can also just like frame trap you with like something that would hit high enough to like hit you. So just like this string from Merc will like blow this up. Alright, so here I'm trying to jump, but it's not letting me. So right, so there's a couple of things that can go wrong with this option select. In my opinion, this option select is like better mid-screen because if you do this mid-screen, it's harder to punch you. Like most kids can't punch this, or it's like really hard to punish. And besides that, not a lot of people in North America like do this option select, so it's kind of awkward. They kind of see this and they're like, what the fuck was that? Like, what do I do? So they're not ready to like deal with this. So that is the deal with 171 AD. Oh, important note. Very important note. Alna Matikoski, they can do this, but they have to be like very specific about it. Because for them, their 171 AD is actually air throw. And as you might think, it's air throw. Well, like, oops. We'll throw them out of assault. For both characters, this is also a starter. If they air throw you as a starter. I don't know if I cost me. But yeah. Their weaknesses are like kind of similar, but the main downside to Elna Matikoski up back air throw is that they have forced landing recovery. Let me see. So if I'm playing hide, and then Akatsuki does this, right? Right, it says punish. You can see he's holding down back. Like he's trying to block, but he can't. Right, I can hit him with a bit. Doesn't matter what I do. Yeah, you can IW him too. It's punch. Alright, so you can kind of do whatever you want. You don't have to like specifically like. You don't need to like anti-hero. Like you could, that's kind of cute, but you just like wait for them to do it. Most of these air throw things are they're cool and all, but I mean the risk on whiff is like kind of bad. And on top of that, I don't like up back shield where like you can recover in the air and hit a button. They can't recover in the air and come down with anything. They're like with air throw and they have to land, finish their land recovery, and then they can like act. So like if I saw you pressuring him and he did like this and you did like a low or something, like he did like this and did like you're like, oh, you like with attack, I'm gonna hit you. Right? Akatsu can't do that. He can't whiff air throw and then see like, oh, you like committed to attack on the ground while I was like whiffing my air throw. I can't like come down and punch you. So it's not exactly equal as compared to other characters just doing this. So yeah, that's the deal with 171 AD. Honestly, I don't really think I have anything else really to say about option sex. I talked about like how to deal with them offensively. Talked about like what they can be applied for like defensively, and like your general mentality when like deciding whether or not you want to do an option select or like what it should be beating. So unless people have any other questions, that's all I got.
You talking about
I guess-
TRM, right?
Oh, thank you. Man, I'm so blanking on everything. Okay, yeah. So, TRM stands for throw reject miss. It's a term borrowed from Blaze Blue, where if we input throw in this game, I'm sorry, when you're thrown in this game, the game will check like I don't know what the frame number is now. It feels massive, but the game basically checks to see if you try to input a throw beforehand. And if you did, the game will say, no, you tried to tech too early. We're going to lock you out of your like attempt to tech this next throw. And if you get caught doing that while being thrown, you'll get TRMs. There's a handful of ways of doing it. You can, I guess the only real way is like put them in block stun and like throw them. You can also like throw them out there. Throw. It's really weird. You can do stuff like this to throw them. Right, so here I input it way too early, and I get thrown. Right, I'm flashing red. It's a gold throw. Like you can tech this, and I do nothing. You can tech this, but because I'm like teching too early, the game says no. Wow, that's weird. Okay, let me do it this way. This is really weird. I'm not sure why it's doing this. Right, let's do this, right? Right, you can see here. You can see like I'm mashing the throw tag. Nothing's like I can't tech it. It doesn't matter what I do. But if I do nothing, I can tech throw. So like if you're not really quite sure when the opponent is like either OSing or you don't understand their timing, you can just like strain them up a bit and then like just throw them, just like go throw them. When I was learning this game, my understanding of like TRMs is that it's like low risk, low reward. Like, let's just say hypothetically speaking, let's do it like this. Like, let's say like Akatsuki's normal throw does like 1.6, right? But if I get TRM'd by Akatsuki, right, I take like 300 less damage. And if I do nothing, I take the throw. He's -8. Right, so like the reward isn't very high, but the risk isn't very high either, right? You're not dying for this. You just kind of just lose your turn. Which, like, considering everything else that could happen to you for trying to attempt to throw, this is like not really as bad. You can do a lot of like cute TRM setups. Let me check to see if I can actually still do the Warrior one that she can do. Yeah, you can do like that. That's a cute TRM setup. But yeah, like you can like kind of come up with your own like whatever kind of setup you want. Characters like Mika and Tsurugi also have their command grabs, like are specifically designed. Actually, I should be Mika, not be Tsurugi. Their command grabs are like always techable. So you can always tech this. But if you're mashing, they'll grab you. So you'll see Mika players do, instead of doing like this raw, hoping that you're mashing, they'll do stuff like this. Right, they'll do stuff like this too. Let me see. Yeah, so here I got Hero. Or like, maybe they'll do like... Oops. Yeah, something like this. Right, and they're basically saying like, oh, I see you're trying to tech throw. Oh, here I got good broken. Right, so... I'm getting grabbed, right? Because like, the game says like, oh, you try to tech a throw. And this throw should have been techable, but because you're trying to tech too early, the game will not let me reject the throw, so I just get like tearing. So you can like apply this to like, if you're playing like Mika or like Tsurugi, you can use similar strategies to like open up your opponent if they're just like too afraid of like this. Right? If they're tired of dealing with this, you can do stuff like this to like draw them instead, and it's a much higher reward if you manage to land this because you can combo off it. I don't know if place for me. So yeah. Okay, TRMs, frame trapping, defending against OSs. I feel like I actually have talked about everything I think I need to talk about. Of course, specific question.
I guess character-specific OSs. I guess Classic OS. OS is the same as just like an ADP into meter spender.
Yeah, activate Flash Kick OS. It's like it's not really valid for like two characters. It's either Batista or Kwan, but I mean, like as I said before, you can OS with anything as long as you put AD behind it. So, I got through by accident. Oh, didn't I get a laser?
Well,
That's crazy. I guess like what you usually see with Fats is like it's like this. This is hella gimmicky because you can get hit out of that. Good Fats will do this if I can get it. Yeah, they'll get this instead, which is plus, and cannot be interrupted. But obviously, like if someone's like trying to throw you, you'll like flash kick OS them, because you'll take the throw. With the assault, then you'll answer him with the flash kick. Right, see, this is OS, right? OS. Obviously, this loses to like. This will lose to any frame trap because a flash kick is not invuln. It's just head invuln. So if Kuan does, what is Kuan's frame trap? I guess that would do it, right? Right here, I'm trying to input the flash kick. Oh, I should actually get time to charge it. Yeah, that'll give me time. Yeah, here I got hit. Get hit. Get hit. Right, if I do B flash kick, this is a real flash kick. This is actually invuln. But because A flash kick is not invuln, it'll lose 3 jumps. Well, except for there, because I did truly. Kuan can do the same thing. They nerfed the ability to like do it on whiff. You could like EX cancel on whiff, but they nerfed that recently, so Kuan used to be able to just like whiff a flash kick and then immediately do EX wheel. But they nerfed that, so not really much of a threat as much as it used to be. Something else you can also do to beat Flash Kick OS is that you can do like a delayed gapless low. And the reason why you want to delay it is because they're already delaying the flash kick itself to try to fit within the throw tech window. So if you do like a delayed low or gapless low into them, you'll catch them standing up. Because to complete the input, you have to stand up. Well, you have to flick up, which if they're in block stun, they'll end up standing up and not guard against a low. Also, just to rewind real quick, you can actually do BDP, or B flash kick, and actually get like a proper draw tech behind it as well. But at that point, if I'm being honest with you, you're probably better off just doing an actual B flash kick. So, but yeah, any input you can think of can probably be a valid OS tool. Will it be good? Kind of specific, but I mean, people came up with what was the input that Tama posted on Twitter one day? Like some kind of 66C AD, whatever nerd emoji type shit on Twitter one day. Like some kind of Elnum 66C like OS. You know, valid. Is it good? I don't know. I don't see anyone use it, so yeah. Alright. Am I missing anything else?
Yeah,
Or
6 COS? That's not right.
Yeah, you don't need the OS to succeed. Just do it. Smash.
You're right. You're right.
Doesn't make us look intelligent.
All right. Anyone got any questions, comments, concerns?
That's it for me. I got nothing.
I mean,
Mr. Breaker?
I do have one comment. Please unnerf Nanase. Thank you.
Nah. Kamui said in his patch notes that she's a middle schooler. Why is she so strong? And then took away HP. That character's not getting buffed either, though. I'm sorry. Please understand.
We're in a Tsurugi meta now. Everyone's playing Tsurugi now, so you best learn how to do command grabs or TRMs.
That's crazy, dog. Alright. Well, there's my desktop background, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna end the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna sign off.